Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel. This channel is Lots of Pots. I have lots and lots of plants that I like to share. And today I have a haul of some cuttings that I traded for on Facebook Marketplace, as well as some rescue plants, and then a plant that I have been dying for from Lowe's, and I found one and it was actually on sale when I got it. It is still kind of on quarantine, but for the most part, these plants are on quarantines, the full plants, but then the cuttings are not. So, okay, let's just get right into it. We are going to start with the biggest one, and this is my BJ Freeman. Yes, BJ Freeman. This plant is huge, and I don't know what it is about her that makes me nervous, but she's having a little bit of trouble. And like I said, she is still on quarantine. I am constantly wiping her down, and she needs to be watered now, but I try to wait a really long time for her to need to be watered, because when I wipe her down, I put her in the shower, and I just want her to be able to get what she needs. Is that dirt? Okay, yeah. So that she can get what she needs. This plant is so beautiful. I had been seeing this plant in Lowe's and Home Depot, and I thought maybe I didn't have any place to really put it, but then I looked and I realized I do have some place to put it. I found a little spot for her, and she's absolutely gorgeous. I love this plant so much. The leaves are so very big. She is going up instead of spreading out. I want her to spread out, but I know that is according to the lighting that it's given, so that it can spread out. I believe when she ends up in the corner over there near Mo, she will spread out because she will have light coming in from pretty much every direction, so she'll like pull toward all of the light, and so I think that'll be a great thing. But for right now, this is what she is. Big and beautiful, no complaints whatsoever. Okay, the next one is a rescue, and this one is what is this? It's dragon scale Alocasia, and I'm not expecting much transformation from her right now, because this is a tough season for them. It is almost winter time, and so this is a tough season for them, where they may go dormant or may not go dormant. But I thought she was so cute, and she was just a few dollars, and so I just decided to pick her up, and I think I'm going to use her for the challenge that Plants and Things, the channel here on YouTube. She wanted to have company rehabbing a couple of plants, and so this is one of my rehab plants that I will be sharing and using for that rehab. I thought it was a pretty cool idea. I love to rehab plants just to take pictures of them and see where they started off and then go from there. So this one is very beautiful. The veining on this, I'm staring behind it. The veining on these are so pretty. Technically, she's no longer in quarantine. Well, no, that's not true. I do a long time for the quarantine for my plants, but she has already had her soil changed. She's been thoroughly washed down, everything, but I still just get a little nervous with them, because, I mean, you take them off too soon and then you end up with a problem, and you just realize you should have just left them on quarantine. Now, this next plant is definitely on quarantine. This is my Birkin that I posted on my Instagram. This is as much of a common plant as this is. This is a plant that I have wanted for so long. I just wanted a nice size Birkin. And if I'm not mistaken, I saw something in this soil when I had it in the car. And so she is on triple watch. She is completely sealed up until I can get all today it was really cold out. I could not bring her outside and dump her soil and put new soil into her, but she definitely has to have her soil drop, because I saw something, and if I'm not mistaken, it was just a gnat, which there's nothing just about gnats. It's like you work so hard to really reduce the number of gnats in your home. I just don't want to bring a big pregnant gnat into my house, and so anyway, just in case it was something more serious, I just have her all. I did this whole contraption when I was in the car. She never made it into the house without being bagged up. And I guess I have to, maybe tomorrow, I think it's going to be about 45 degrees tomorrow. I think that'll be warm enough for me to go out, dump her soil, and just wash her down, give her a nice wash down. But for right now, she's doing really well. She is so pretty. I wish I could just show you how incredibly beautiful this top leaf is. Oh, you can see it. It has damage right there, which is what I think landed it on the discount table. But look how beautiful she is. Oh, yep, I do see it. I see the gnat inside the bag. It is a gnat. Okay, that makes me feel so much better because I always think the worst, and I just see it's right there. See? That thing would have been out here having babies if I didn't have her all snatched up. I knew I saw something in here. I watched it. So anyway, look how beautiful she is. That is a beautiful leaf. And then the one right here, the color is so beautiful and dark, the green, and it just makes the veins stand out so nicely. It is a very strong plant. I actually went to I was telling my husband about this plant and just the fact that I wanted a nice, big, healthy plant like this. I was gifted a mini plant of a Birkin without variegation a very long time ago. It was toward the beginning of me starting my plant mom life, and I had it for a very long time. I think she was one of the ones that got burned when I put her in my greenhouse. So anyway, I have her now, and she's beautiful. I am so excited about her growing and growing and growing, giving me more and more leaves. She's so pretty. Look at that leaf. Look at that leaf. It looks like a piece of art. Okay, I think those are all of the full plants. Now this was a cutting that I traded for. This is a cactus. I'll show you this side right here. And this was given to me, just the bare plant in a plastic bag. I just did a plant cutting trade, and this was one of the trades that I got. And I don't have any cactus like this with the really sharp spikes or barbs on it. And I will tell you, I've had this for about 3 weeks now. And this piece right here is all new. It all grew here. This piece got a lot, significantly bigger since it's been here. And this piece right here grew since it's been here. This is a fast growing little baby here. And I believe this spike right here was not there. There were only 2 spikes on here because the woman who I traded with, she said she tried to take all of the spikes off so that it would be easy to manage because I didn't have experience with anything like this. But now, here she is. And it's different for me, but I just like her. I like her a lot. And I certainly like to have cactus in a terracotta pot. To me, they just go hand in hand. And so I'm excited to grow with this one. I'm really excited about her. She's in very, very chunky, well-draining soil. I think it should be good. The back side of this looks really creepy, so I try not to think about it. But anyway, she's a beautiful plant. Look how pretty. Okay. The last 2, I have another trade from Facebook Marketplace, and this is what she looks like. This is a Monstera pinnatipartita, and I am so excited about her because this was a wet stick. It was actually a long wet stick that I chopped up into pieces. I have a few of them growing, and this is the one that's the furthest along. And look how perfect and beautiful that leaf is. She was just a wet stick, and now she is just gorgeous. Look how pretty she is. I cannot wait for her to get bigger, although I'm enjoying her at this size. She's just so perfect. She is finally out of her plastic bag. No, that's not true. I do still have her in her plastic dome. But she is so perfect. She's so beautiful, and she is in moss, and I love her. Look how shiny. Look how shiny she is. I can't wait to see more of her. How about that? I can't wait to see more of her. So my last plant is this Monstera Syngonium Albo. And again, this was a plant trade that I did. And she started to get a little bit funny over here. And she is in a plastic bag that she's growing in. And what I did was when I put the little pot in, I put some water at the bottom of the pot because there's no hole at the bottom. And so I put a little bit of water at the bottom of the pot. And as soon as I did that, within 2 days, this right here opened up. It was all curled up. This had not opened when I put this in there. And then this one was weird and it was curly, but now it's open they're both open, and hopefully this right here won't be a problem. And this leaf is very beautiful. I can only tell you, when I got this plant in trade, I sat in my car and I just stared at her. The texture of this plant is amazing. Even looking at it from the bottom of the leaf is so beautiful. Look how pretty she is. I love this plant so much, and it made me feel good because the person who traded this plant with me, I didn't necessarily have a plant that was of equal value, but she wanted a clipping of a couple of things, 3 things that I had, or no, it was 2, and I ended up giving her 3 because she was trying to choose between 2 of the plants, and I just, you know, shared it with her, you know, all the ones that she wanted. And she shared this with me, and I have 1 more because there were 4 leaves. Well, 1 that was about to open, and then 3 fully open leaves. And I have that one upstairs in my prop box, and she is in moss in a cup just like this, or a pot just like this, but I separated it just in case I did something wrong. I wouldn't lose both of them. And not to mention the fact that I thought it was a little bit too many leaves for the plant to work on roots and sustaining all of the leaves. And so I just cut it, and this is what we have left. I am more than excited about this plant, more than excited. So I am so excited about all of these plant babies. I do have a let me just go and I have 2 more, but one of them is a little funny, but you'll see. Okay, so this one, I'll show you the funny one first, because this is a Monstera, this is a Syngonium Albo plant, and this one had a full leaf. The story behind it is I actually purchased off of Facebook Marketplace. I purchased a Syngonium Albo reverted plant, all green, and in the time that I got it, started taking care of it, it's huge now. It's so big now. But in the time that I was taking care of it, I noticed that I was getting speckles of light in the plant, and then I started getting fully spotted plant leaves. Like they just had the true Albo appearance. And this one right here actually came out almost like a half moon, and so it had a lot of white on it. And there were 2 other leaves that were with this, but they had a lot of speckled green and variation in color. So what I did was I cut that section of the plant off, and I separated this one because I didn't really think that this one was going to survive, but this was the one with the stem that had actually had the variegation on it, and so I wanted to try to preserve this one right here. So I have the reverted Albo plant, and then I have the ones that have the speckling they're doing very, very well. They are in leca. And then I have this one in moss. This one had the leaf, but it just started looking like it was going to die out. And so what I did was I just kept it in here, and within just a few days, this thing just started sprouting this leaf. And so this is actually a full leaf that needs to unfurl. It's a little teeny tiny leaf, but the variegation on the stem, I don't want to disturb the roots, but the variegation on the stem is what struck me with this one right here. And so this is going to be one that I will baby. Okay. And the other plant that I actually traded for along with this cactus, which I don't know the name of this cactus, I have to look up the information for this one, but the other plant that I traded with that one for a few clippings was for this Mojito Syngonium. Now the mother plant has a lot more speckling. This one right here did not have the speckling, but again, just like the Monstera Albo, I just thought that it would be good to take a chance. I love not Monstera Albo, Syngonium Albo. It turned into something else. So this Mojito is from a plant that has lots of variegation. This is doing really well in the sphagnum moss. I love moss for my plants for rooting, but then when I saw Jenny James here on YouTube, I think that's her name, Jenny James. Yes, she keeps a lot of her Monstera, like her Monstera Albo and everything like that. She keeps them in moss, and I do think it's a little bit more work, but I love the idea of having my more delicate plants in moss. And this is such a beautiful leaf. I really love it. Now, it did have this leaf right here that didn't open up, but obviously that's done and over with. And I think it's time for me to clip that one off. The only thing is it looked like it was about to split off another leaf, and that's why I left it on for so long. Because I think at this point, it's just going to be taking away from the foundation of the plant because it's not adding anything. Before it was green and it could, you know, draw a little bit of energy, but now I know it's not doing that. And it is nice and firm. It doesn't feel flimsy. Feels very secure. So this is my Mojito. So that's all I have to share with you today. That is my entire haul. I hope you enjoyed this, and let me know if you're working on any rehabs. Are you going to be doing the plant challenge with plants and things here on YouTube? I'm so excited about it because this thing right here I know is going to be a challenge. Although she's been doing really well since she's been here. I thought I would have problems with her already, but she's not. She has no problems. So this is going to be my rehab plant for her, for that challenge. And I had a couple others, but they're not really, I realized they were sold on sale in the rehab section, but there was really nothing wrong with them. So we'll just leave it at that. We'll just leave it at this one. I'm sure this one right here will give me plenty of work to do. So thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I really appreciate you stopping by, leaving comments. I really do appreciate all of the support that my channel has received, and I look forward to talking to you in the future as well. Have a great Sunday, and I'll talk to you again later. Bye, guys.